Going to the theater, I knew that Sinners was definitely up for movie of the year. In fact, movie of the century as some people quoted. Now, do I think it was movie of the century? Nah. But movie of the year, definitely, it is a contender for sure. Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan have an absolute synergy about them that really brings out the best of the movie industry. I had a phenomenal time watching this movie. I'm not a fan of horror movies one bit, and honestly, I'm here to argue that this wasn't a horror movie at all, and that in fact, it was its own type of brand. One of my favorite YouTubers, Berleezy, called it an arcade type of movie. And while I don't know if I agree with that, I would say there were some aspects of like game-like qualities where it's kind of like you're more the main character and you kind of have to beat the game in a sense. I did really enjoy this movie. I feel like at every turn, it kept me invited, interested in what's going on, and really glued to the screen. I mean, first off, all of the characters were A-list actors pretty much. I mean, everyone really did their thing. I think that the young boy who was the singer really shone bright in this movie. He had a big role. He kind of was a central figure in a sense, and I feel like he came through really well. Other than being an absolute great actor, he also was beautiful on the guitar. I mean, it really was like amazing seeing him talk versus seeing him sing, and kind of how his personalities would shift and make into a new person whenever he had that guitar out. Michael B. Jordan, as I alluded to before, did such a magnificent job in this role. I mean, there was two of him, so it really gave him a chance to play two personalities and really flush out his actor's chops, and I feel like he did that role so well. I really want to see what is next in store for him. He is obviously capable of so much, and I do think he can be on the Mount Rushmore of films if he continues to do his thing, which he has. I want to see him continue to be in these roles where he's not coming of age, but he's already of age, and he's that big grown man that just needs to take care of business. And that is not to say that his character didn't have development through the story. I feel like both of his characters had double development in the sense that they both went through a lot of things that really challenged their identities and personalities, which I feel like was amazing story writing by Ryan Coogler. I think that this movie really just spoke deeper to everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. From religion to gender stereotypes to racism at the crux of it, to just being a person on this earth that has to deal with people around you. I feel like whether you're black or not, this movie spoke to you on some level. And me being black, I feel like I definitely went deeper than it might for other people, but just seeing the way that everyone was portrayed and that he didn't really follow these tropes or these archetypes, and he found nuanced versions of every single one. It wasn't something that I've seen before. The way that he blended thriller and horror and great storytelling hasn't been done before, in my opinion. And I know I have not seen Jordan Peele's movies, and those are actually horror, so I know I don't want to see those, but I know that those also blend together all the themes that I just mentioned really well. Honestly, I think that Ryan Coogler will probably stay in this horror movie realm for a little bit because he did so well with this original movie. And I feel like as far as the actual story of how everything progressed, I was really happy with it. Although a few things didn't add up and did seem a little bit, ad hoc-ish in a sense, I did feel like if you take a step back and look at a big picture, it really did have a coherent story that was really inviting to watch and really interesting and entertaining for the entire 2 hour 17-minute runtime. Now, I think my favorite part of the movie had to be when Michael B. Jordan and the entire crew were locked in the cabin, and you know what happens next. I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like it was really cool to see all of the minority characters kind of locking in together in a sense and seeing who prioritized what and what followed from that. And I feel like that was really good job of Ryan tying it directly to the past and the history of African Americans within America, and I feel like that was a great job. I saw someone say that it was a love letter, and while I don't know who it was a love letter to, I would assume that it's from Ryan Coogler to black people and his ancestors, and the strength that they had to have from being shipped over here as enslaved people and now where we are currently at in society. I think that that is one of my favorite parts of this movie. It didn't just focus on the old-timey Jim Crow era. It also focused and dived into more current areas and even more ancestral eras to really give you a full experience of the African American history in America. And I feel like Ryan Coogler, hats off to you. You definitely deserve your props for this movie. Maybe a couple Oscars. You really did your thing. And Michael B. Jordan, I really hope that you can continue to soar to great heights. He is absolutely a brilliant actor. I need to go watch the Creed trilogy. I know I said I would watch it, but I've been slacking. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments below, what was your guys' favorite part of the movie, and would you want to see a sequel of this film? I feel like that kind of gets iffy, but I think that what Ryan did in this movie, he did absolutely perfectly. And I don't know if a sequel would add anything to it or subtract from it. But anyways, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.